Okay, second news story of the week. Not so much a news story, but Nobody Wants to Die is a title that people have been really interested in, been asked to check it out. And we found some time to do so. Tom, I'm going to go to you first on this one because you have checked it out on consoles, right?
That's right. I've got to say, when I saw Nobody Wants to Die in bold on the docket, I thought that's quite a topic header. And I agree wholeheartedly with that feeling. Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, we've been meaning to cover this one for, I think, a week or two now. And it's a few, requests in the comments. And I think for good reason. It's from Critical Hit Games, Unreal Engine 5. It's kind of, as we said, like a visual novel. I'd say it's equal parts Blade Runner, Bioshock, and even L.A. Noire with the sort of branching dialogue and all sort of that ability to navigate through your decisions. And it's a gorgeous looking game. From the outset, you just open up to this futuristic New York City, looking over Times Square with all the flying cars. You're a down on your luck detective, alcoholic, traumatic past. All the cliches are coming out, so it's they're not holding punches on that. And yeah, when you get into it, I mean, I looked at the PS5 version, and it looks gorgeous no matter which mode you use, but there are two. You get a 1080p 60 mode, the performance mode, and a 1440p 30 mode, quality mode. And not just resolution that divides them, there's also ray tracing on the quality mode, which does actually, I believe it's Lumen in this case, being a UE5, and it has all the telltale characteristics that we saw in other utilizations of Lumen in software. So you've got when you look up and down, you can see the effect of Lumen is still in place. You can see the sky, like the ceiling of this interior building, the first place where you go to as a detective to kind of, this high headquarters. There's marble, there's all these reflective elements, and the great thing is there's even a reflective ceiling where if you look up, you can see the entire room from looking up. That's with ray tracing, but with SSR, all that disappears. I think I've got some nice comparison assets for you all over there. So there's another aspect to the ray tracing mode, though, which is that it has obviously an SSR element in there to fill in the gaps around the Lumen ray traced element. We saw it in Marvel Rivals as well, but if you look up and down, you still see some traces of SSR layering in this extra detail. So we're not entirely outside the getting away from the artifacts that go with SSR. Still, it's a really good use of it, and just looking over my notes here, it's a gorgeous looking game. Lots of great sort of dynamic elements filling the air. You've got ash, you've got volumetrics, you've got all this great stuff kind of that just builds this atmosphere. But yeah, there's reports online that this being the PS5 version, on Series S, there's no kind of quality mode available, so you're just stuck with SSR. Decent amount of sort of options on PC as well. I gave that a try. It is not explicitly mentioning any sort of Lumen setting, but it goes up to Ultra on reflections and GI and all the rest, so there's no explicit mention there, but it is... interestingly, comparing PC maxed out to PS5, PS5 comes quite close in most respects as well. I got it running on the RTX 4080, and it was just in need of a bit of DLSS quality mode there to get it running at 4K or upscaling to 4K, but it got over the line just about at 60 FPS with a couple of improvements to AO, but mostly PS5 holds up by comparison quite well. But yeah, I don't know how you guys found it in playing. Did you play it on PC, Rich, or PS5?
No, I had a quick go on the PS5. It does look really, really, really impressive. It's not really my type of game, though. It's kind of like highlight icon to progress, certainly in the initial...
It is,
initial stages. It's not really my cup of tea. But Oliver, I know you were impressed by it, right?
Yes, I played it for... long enough that I could control the character. Let's put it that way, which took a while. Maybe like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Takes a bit of patience, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, I mean, I think it's, I think it's an interesting game. I think what they're doing with it is cool. It's maybe not my speed totally. at least for this kind of game.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But I think it looks really great. I played it in the quality mode. They are using Lumen. It looks like Software Lumen. If I had to guess, it has a lot of characteristic artifacts, like you said, of Software Lumen. There's some screen space elements, but I mean, the tracing looks really good. The lighting looks superb. I think the assets are super, super high quality. The gameplay, it's a very limited game in terms of what they're doing gameplay wise and what they actually allow you to traverse and look through, and it's all very handholdy, at least from what I could see. But some of the sights like absolutely stunning, and the lighting technology just makes it look superb. So I think it's a really really exciting looking game, a really satisfying looking game. One thing I did note that was sort of funny is in that kind of intro sequence, you're flying through the air in your car and there's windshield wipers, and every time the windshield wipers go down, they hide the animated texture for the rain, but every time they go up, they reveal it again. So it's not really clearing the rain. I thought that was funny. That's just one of those things, you know. But yeah, looks superb, looks super high quality, super high production values, but obviously it's a more limited title, but I think that gives them the freedom to make a game that looks awesome.
Yeah, for sure. There's I think, I don't know about you, Oliver, but I think the quality mode, right, is the way to go for this one, or it feels like if you've got that choice on console.
Yeah, the performance
it's not
mode,
really...
Not so good performance. Some inconsistency
sure.
there. But the quality mode felt like straight 30 to me, at least judging from what I saw. So
yeah, I've got to be honest. I was like you. I got a kind of just a taster of it about 30 minutes in, enough to see the, flying through the New York skies, and then that first headquarters area, that Art Deco style building. And you've got performance mode holds up well there at least, but it's dropping to like 45 FPS lowest while you're like flying through the skies. So it is kind of, maybe VR can support some of that, but not to the drops to 45 really. But so quality mode feels like the way to go on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely jarring though, moving from a target 60 to 30. But the thing is that it is very, very variable, which is quite surprising if it's a native 1080p.
True. It's very true.
Yeah. No guarantees. I mean, we've kind of learned our lesson never to promise videos. But do you think we should be doing this one in more depth?
Oh, hard to say. I think there's a lot to say on the PC versions. Maybe It's one for Alex to dive into. There's a lot of cool stuff here, but it is, I think, the thing about doing a review, or like a mini tech review, if you like, on the DF Direct is it kind of works out that you get all the essentials out, like 90% of what you want to say, in a bite-sized chunk, without having to spend ages kind of laboring over a full video. I'll obviously send all the assets over to you, Oliver, and you can kind of show what I've seen. But it is, and there's obviously lots more to play. This is not an epic, but there's a lot more environments to check out, and I'd love to see them. So I might even play it myself after this, and if there's anything to report back, I will.